Alright ladies and gentlemen, my name is Kieran and yes, welcome back to a brilliant wee episode of Fallout New Wasteland, which I have to say is kind of like a mistitle of sorts with this video because, guys, we aren't exploring a brand new fresh wasteland in this video, no. In fact, we're actually taking a look at a familiar face that we haven't seen in a very long time. Welcome to the Chosen's Way, or the Way of the Chosen, which it was called beforehand, at some point. This massive mod wishes to remake one of the best entries into the Fallout franchise, that entry being the one and the only Fallout 2. This is probably like one of the more exciting Fallout remakes for me, simply because it's on a game that not many players that actually got into the franchise at Fallout 3 actually played. For example, me, I actually got into the series with Fallout 3, and my love for the games actually just grew more and more, and I've always been so interested in earlier titles. I actually did play Fallout 2, but it's one of those games where you would start it up, I play it for hours and hours and hours. Basically, I play it over the course of a weekend, and then after that weekend, I'm like, I just didn't really get back into it. It's just one of those games that I have that with The Witcher 3. I just kind of fall out of it. Get it? That's so bad. That's terrible. I wrote that down in the script, I'm sorry. But yeah, it's like you would fall out of it, and then like a few months later, you would go back and like, okay, I'm gonna restart my load, I'm gonna go into my save, and then you sit there and you're like, I have no idea where I am, or what the fuck I'm doing. Fallout 2 is one of those games where I want to dedicate like a week or something like that and just play through it, do everything in it, but I never really have the time to do so with these big massive RPGs. Or like some big popular game comes out and it just grabs my attention and I always just forget to come back to Fallout 2. So that's why I'm so hyped for this remake, because not only will it give me like more of an incentive to play through the game, but it will also open it up to more fans of the series who don't necessarily enjoy the isometric view of the previous titles. To clear things up also before I dive in, Fallout the Chosen Way is the Fallout 2 remake for New Vegas and not for 4. I am aware of Project Arroyo, which is the remake for Fallout 4, but there isn't really enough details on that just yet because I think it literally just began development like late last year, I think. And also this Fallout 2 remake has been in development for way longer, so there's a ton more videos showcasing this mod, and so there's a lot more, material to dive into. So if you're watching this video and wondering to yourself, what was Fallout 2 about again? Well, don't worry, because Kieran has you, he's got your back. Let me fill you in on the details. Fallout 2 was a popular direct sequel to the original game, as it follows the direct descendant of the Vault Dweller, the protagonist of the first game. After the events of Fallout 1, the village of Arroyo was founded by the Vault Dweller, and new factions such as the New California Republic, fuck those cunts by the way, and the Enclave start to rise. As the descendant of the Vault Dweller, also known as the Chosen One, we leave our home and trek across the wasteland in hopes to find the Garden of Eden creation kit, in hopes to save Arroyo, which has suffered from a horrible drought. As you probably have guessed, the main antagonist of the game is the mysterious Enclave that hopes to kill off all mutated creatures in the wasteland and take over. And with basically everyone having some sort of mutated gene, guess what? That means you. You're gonna die. Well, if you don't stop the Enclave. Which, as you've played the later titles, you'll probably guess what happens in the end. Fallout the Chosen's Way aims to not only remake Fallout 2, but to also recreate cut content which is found in the Fallout 2 Restoration project. They also want to add in a couple of new things of their own, which as I said before in the New Vegas and Capital Wasteland remake videos, do not be afraid to make your own mark in the wasteland. Honestly, it will give the mod like a more of a remake feels than, just another simple recreation or remaster, if you want to call it that. Honestly, it's good for like even old players as well, just going around the wasteland and just being like, oh, look at that, I know where that is, that looks cool now, oh wait, what's this? Oh, okay, this is a new quest or a new aim or a new location, I've never seen this before. I love that. It's like a good thing about that is like Resident Evil 2 Remake, which I've covered on the channel before. That game brings back the old map and the old area and the old world of Resident Evil 2 and refreshed it, added in new things, implemented new features, and it just made the game feel more fresh and new. For those also wondering if they'll get to play this mod in isometric view, I am sorry, but you will be disappointed because you won't find that here. To be honest, putting these games in that sort of view, it would feel like the most finicky thing ever, and will probably just feel so awkward to play more than anything. Because if you haven't played the earlier Fallout 3 or Fallout New Vegas, Vegas games, they're so unstable. They're so unstable. So when you have something like that into it, you're going to be like, oh. And with the removal of the isometric view comes turn-based combat, which again, I am completely fine with this removal because again, it would just feel so fucking odd having this here, because don't forget, this mod is inside of the New Vegas game, which thrives on its first-person shooter mechanics. But you know, if you do feel that need to have the turn-based combat in your Fallout 2 remake, then do not worry, because I'm sure you can find a turn-based mod somewhere in the abundance of New Vegas mods out there. And again, you probably could find like an isometric view mod as well in New Vegas. I'm sure someone has made it on the internet. It must have been somewhere. So, you know, dive into the Nexus, dive into ModDB, because you might find it. Fallout 2's story and quest will remain mostly intact and untouched, with some elements being implemented from the Restoration project and the Fallout 2 Mega Mod. This is good to hear because there is nothing worse than a remake removing your favourite quest from a game. If they do make any like alterations, I'm sure fans would be, you know, at their door with like pitchforks and shit, even though they don't know where they live, but you know, they will definitely find out. The internet has a way of knowing these things, they have a way of finding out these things. The character advancement system won't replace skills and traits from New Vegas, but they will like merge all existing ones after they are tailored to the new game mechanics. So I actually dived into the mod team's Discord to find out more information about the mod, and I actually found like a massive FAQ, so you know, let's dive into it, let's see what goodies they have lurking in here. The Highwayman car makes a return in this mod, however you can't, you know, exactly drive it, not like the other car mods in New Vegas anyway. It will act the same as it does in the original Fallout 2, as a way to like speed up fast travelling. For those interested, no, you cannot loot Frank Corrigan's armour and weaponry in the game. The developer says this because his armour is actually his life support or something, and the fact that this is absolutely massive compared to the Chosen One's, you know, just body build. If you so desire, you can also play as a dumb character like in New Vegas, which is fantastic because, as you know from my previous videos, I do love playing as a good old dumb character in these games. I love being like the oblivious fool going around this like massive political game. It's always fun. There will also be voice acting as well for all the characters, but it won't reuse the voices from Fallout 2 because, you know, you gotta avoid those lawsuits somehow. Yes, I am aiming that towards you, Capital Wasteland. What is really interesting as well is that this mod won't exactly be open world like in the base New Vegas game and in Fallout 3 and in Fallout 4 and in Fallout 76. Let's not mention Fallout 76, but the point is it won't be open world like, you know, present day Fallouts to be. No, it will be exactly like how it is in the original Fallout 2. I.e., you know, each location having its own little world space, so to travel between these big locations, you'll have this world map, and in this world map, there will also be random encounters as well. So just to give you like a brief example, it's like, yeah, you would plop into like the Vault 13 area, you can walk around, explore, but this area will have a small border, so it will have its own little map and everything, but then to go to like Arroyo or something like that, you would have to enter this massive world map, and then actually travel across that world map and go to that location. You can't just head from Vault 13 and just keep walking in first person or third person and go straight across the wasteland, because this isn't an open world. The game will also have its own radio as well, but it'll actually cut out in specific areas, so I don't really know too much about this. I haven't really dived too much into this, and we don't know if it's like an original radio station for Fallout 2 or it's like a thing from, because I'm not really too aware of the Fallout 2 Restoration project or the Fallout 2 Mega Mod, so I don't know if they like include like the radio mods or anything like that, but personally I'm hoping for like a brand new radio station for this. And by the way guys, if you're listening to this, I would be more than happy to be a radio host, because I've been told I have a radio voice, and yes, I do have a Scottish accent, and yes, this is Fallout, which is set in America, but you know, you can always do a good old Scottish DJ. I can do that. The Fallout 2 UI will be completely redesigned and given more like a modern feel, which an example given by the devs is no more computer screen for NPC dialogue, because that just wouldn't really make any sense, or at least it would look kind of odd on the screen. With Fallout 2, it makes complete sense, because like in the actual gameplay, everyone's kind of like pixels and stuff like that. So like when you load up the NPC dialogue, they have like full 3D models, which is always nice, but they always look a bit weird, but it's cool. Kind of part of me is kind of disappointed that those weird models aren't gonna come back, because it kind of made the game iconic in a way. So that was Fallout The Chosen's Way. Will you be keeping an eye on this massive Fallout mod, and what your most anticipated Fallout mod is also? Like I think I said this before, but my most anticipated Fallout mod is like a tie between Fallout the Frontier and then Fallout Miami. And then there's like a close second with Fallout Cascadia. Fallout Cascadia we don't really know too much about. Yeah, those two mods I'm most hyped for. But this mod is creeping up to be like number 3, I would say. There is so many remake projects for the first 2 games. I know there is one for Fallout 1 for both Fallout 4 and New Vegas, so it's a bit chaotic to like research this, to be honest. But yeah, if you are going to be asking in the comments, hey Kieran, are you going to be covering like Fallout 2, Fallout 4 remake? It depends. I don't know. I'm not really too sure. It depends on how much it differs from this project, because this project is more focused around fully remaking the features of Fallout 2, including like the world map and all that, and bringing it into like a modern sort of setting. If Fallout 4 remake aims to just make like Fallout 2 like a big open world, then I'll be like, yeah, do you know what, I'll make it. But if it's going to be doing the exact same thing as this Fallout 2 remake, then there's not really much point. I know it will look prettier, but then it will come out much later than this one, so I don't know. Yeah, special thanks to my brilliant new patrons, Simon609, Devil and Proxy1, for your continued support over on my Patreon. Thank you guys so much. But yeah guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I do really appreciate it. A lot more Fallout videos are going to be coming in the future. Like I said before, I got a list of Fallout mods, and also Bethesda's conference is going to be coming up as well, so if any Fallout news comes out of that, be sure to check out Bundicot, because I'll be covering you and Fallout right here. So yeah guys, thank you so much for watching, and I shall all see you later. And if you're new to the channel, you know, check out my other videos. It's cool. they're alright, I suppose. Yeah, thank you all for watching the video, and I shall see you later. Bye bye.